Hello and welcome back to Waadaplaya Concussion Sub Series. We are going to preview Asia Cup third game, India versus Pakistan, which is a hot rivalry, and many of the world teams are looking forward for it. India will be meeting Pakistan for the first time after 2019 World Cup. So it's a long time ago in an ODI game, India and Pakistan are playing. Bit of a rain, which probably will play a spoil sport, but we are hoping that we'll get a T20 game at least. To cover the preview today, we have Anil Jain from Surat as usual, and then we have a special guest, Sai Prasad Kagne sir from India, who's going to also give us some insight statistically. So welcome both. What are you expecting from India-Pakistan game tomorrow?
Gonna be a cracker. It's like you mentioned after 2019 World Cup game is it's the next match that India is gonna play Pakistan in an ODI format. The previous instances has been T20 format and Pakistan had an upper hand. Like one of them they won by 10 wickets and another game they almost won, but because of the superlative performance from Kohli that India managed to win. Coming to ODI format, I still think India has a upper hand for the fact that India has a much more experienced team. Yeah, the Pakistan team has been doing well. They did well in Sri Lanka against Afghanistan. They had a cracker of a match against Nepal. Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting. And again, it's India Pakistan, so all eyes on.
And Sai, welcome to our Water Player channel. आपका 1 मिनट का इंट्रोडक्शन अगर आप दे सकते हो, where are you from, what do you do, and then what are you expecting out of India-Pakistan game tomorrow?
Thanks, Suman, sir, for inviting me. I am Sai Prasad. I'm working into the field of sports analytics, especially into cricket analytics from last couple of years. Some of freelance projects from BCCI as well as some. I've also covered few games for the third-party companies in India, trying to analyze the game from the data point of view.
So आपका क्या expectations है कल के India-Pakistan game में? And I know you have some stats which you pulled together.
So I personally feel it will be a great game for sure because and I feel Pakistan have already announced their playing 11 for tomorrow game. There are some mind games going on at the back of the stage. So yeah, it's going to be. But I personally feel that it is a very high pressure game, right? So skill sets are always equal at such kind of stage, but the majority or the major factor will be the pressure handling skills. We'll see which team handles the pressure in a better way.
एक stat निकाला है. So one of the worries which I have tomorrow's game is Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah, Haris Rauf, genuine pace and swing bowlers. With overcast conditions, I'm worried about how our top order will go about doing things.
So on the screen you can see we have two main countries, India and Pakistan, and the chart says about the wickets that they got in the two causes, in the winning cause and in the losing cause. Okay, and the stats is all the way from 2017 after I guess after championship trophies. Okay, so it is all the way from 2017 till today. Pakistan have got around 41 wickets in the winning cause, okay, and in the losing cause they got 8 wickets. Okay, so on the other hand, you can see for India, India got only 2 wickets in the losing cause, right? So even though Pakistan had to face few losses, but still their pace attack, especially the trials, they have picked up few wickets also, which is very less for India, okay, which is in terms of winning and losing causes. So that's the impact that they have as a trio, even though their team is at the edge of lose, right? But still they have the ability to gather few wickets.
Anil, आपका क्या ख्याल है कल India batting versus Pakistan pace trio?
No doubt that the pace trio is lethal. They are fast, they are very accurate. Shaheen Afridi, the first over, he tries to bowl an Yorker, tries to bowl an in-swing ball. Everything that's perfect. But my only another point would be that the total number of wickets taken by the trio is still lesser than the total number of wickets taken by Mohammad Shami, just one bowler. So I really want to give the experience a weightage there. So I think if the pace attack is being covered in the first 10 overs, then I think India is sorted. But whereas you come across somebody like then Shami who's going to bowl line length and perfect, then you have Siraj who's going to bowl in swing again and again, and then you have Bumrah. Uh, so they all have a lot of experience compared to this particular trio. So if Indian openers are managed to negate the first 10 overs, then I think it's going to be fine. So when it comes to just trio of your seamers, I'm a fan for Indian teams. I would still give a little higher weightage to the Indian trio attack, and for the experience, I prefer players who have experience.
The next piece of statistics which Sai has pulled together, which is how India plans to neutralize Pakistan top order.
So over here, so mainly this is about the weakness about both the players. On the screen you can see we have two colors. Firstly, a kind of dark purple, which represents for Fakhar Zaman, and a quite red, which is for Babar Azam. Both the two players have different weakness. Fakhar Zaman is weak against Indian pacers, and Babar is weak against Indian spinners. They scored only, this is about all the way from 2017 till today. So Fakhar have scored only 76 against Indian pacers, and the average he have is around 38, which is only for pacers, about Indian pacers. And same thing for Babar. He have only average of 20 against Indian spinners, and to be precise, it's due to Kuldeep. So Kuldeep is the one who have a good amount of grab on Babar. And a few stats about runs scored, strike rate, average, and high score against pacer for Fakhar and against spinners, Indian spinners for Babar.
Fact which Sai sir is bringing Babar against Indian spinners. I know Kuldeep Yadav had an upper hand, but do you feel if we would have had Ravichandran Ashwin or Yuzvendra Chahal, we would have probably had nailed this down for Babar Azam?
Are not those bowlers. I feel for the uh, because Babar Azam, I think he needs some kind of mystery there. Uh, so he does not take risk immediately. So if it would have been Ashwin or Chahal, he would have played them. So there's a good chance that they may not get a wicket, but he may not have scored against them. Kuldeep Yadav, if you look at the dismissal in 2019, that was one of the best delivery in the entire World Cup. So I feel Fakhar Zaman and Imamul Haq will be taken care by Siraj or Bumrah. So that's the openers will be taken care by the pacer. Babar Azam will be taken care by either Kuldeep or Ravindra Jadeja. Even if you look at the spinner who from in Nepal, when he bowled to Babar Azam, uh, Babar Azam find it difficult to score against him in the at the initial inning. So I think against spinner, I think Babar Azam it has a weakness, not just against Indian spinner, and I think we have two good spinners in with us, so I think they will be taken care.
India's campaign to defend against Pakistan major threat. Pakistan top order
So
dominating India's bowling. So talk us through this slide.
I personally feel the only threat we have from the Pakistan point of view is their top order batter. And the solution we have for Fakhar, we have the solution which is the weakness of his around Indian pacers, and for Babar, the weakness is around Indian spinners. So these are the two main strategies that we can apply in order to neutralize these two top main order batters, Imam Hulk. So he is quite weak on both the scenarios, in terms of uh, pacers as well as for the spinners. So I personally feel if we get these two down, then the middle order is just a kind of a passing.
I think KL Rahul has been ruled out for the first two games, and we have
Right.
Shreyas Iyer coming in after a long break. Anil, do you think he'll be in the playing 11 tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure he will be because he was one of the candidate to fill in the position 4, 5, 6 right from start. It was supposed to be KL Rahul, Iyer, and Pant, but all of them got injured, so that's how the position kept changing. But yeah, definitely he's going to be part of the squad. I think they're saying Kishan will be part. Who's going to keep? My only thing is that these players, I don't know how much will they be able to take because they haven't played a lot of cricket. And Ishan Kishan again haven't played against this particular Pakistan trio. So the only batsman I have faith in is Sharma, Kohli, and Jadeja. So if these three batsmen, if one of them score a century and the other guys can just chip in, I think we should have a good amount of, good runs on a bit. With Pakistan batting, I just want to bring out this point. I think the main upper hand that Pakistan has is that they bat very deep. So if you look at the matches again, Afghanistan, you had number 7, number 8 batting for you and scoring good 30, 40 odd runs. which will not be the case when it comes to Indian batting. So, say if Indian batting even manages to put a target of 300, Pakistan will still have a chance to chase that even if they lost like 5 6 wickets. Everyone will pitch in a little bit and they can manage to chase that target. So that's the only upper hand I think Pakistan has. Otherwise, they all are equal.
हमारे बैटर्स शुभमन गिल और ईशान किशन का भी काफी टेस्ट होगा if they play in the 11. So what do you think? I think Ishan Kishan, this will be his first game against Pakistan. Shubman Gill, I think I think it'll be a good test. So आपका क्या ख्याल है शुभमन and ईशान कैसे करेंगे कल?
First of all, why not Sanju, right? Because Sanju is also a good player to try on. We need a middle order. If to be very precise, we need a middle order. And for that, I feel Sanju will be a better choice. I was looking on some stats around about these two players, which one to include. Then it was very kind of surprising stats that if you're talking about middle order, Ishan haven't played any game on number 5. So if he plays tomorrow, that will be a first time in his whole career he'll be playing on number 5, not in an international but any game. So yeah, and still it's a very big game like India Pakistan, so pressure will be there for sure. The newcomers like Ishan, Shubman, those players will have pressure a lot. If it is talking about only middle order, then I feel Sanju should have given a chance because Ishan is a kind of a opening batter, right? So that's why I feel Sanju should have been there, but that won't be going to happen, right? So we know Ishan will be there, but again, that will be a great opportunity for the Pakistan Pacers to dig down into the middle order of India because it is not that much strong.
I think the reason why they're still going with Ishan is because he's part of the 15 squad. So Sanju is still on the sidelines. So they would rather give Ishan some match practice, still some match practice. Uh, yeah, before the World Cup. So I think that's the only thought process. I don't see Rohit Sharma stepping down and allowing Gill and Ishan Kishan to open. I doubt that would happen. Why Sanju is not part of the playing line.
And another exciting thing looking forward for tomorrow is Jasprit Bumrah will be back in India colours. I know he played against Ireland and that was a T20 game, but this will be a proper one day international format. He'll have 10 overs to prove his fitness out. And it's one exciting that India's premier fast bowler is back. And second, this is also nice lead up practice to the Cricket World Cup, which is not far away. So lots to look forward for. Pakistan definitely seems like have an edge from the weather support point of view because their bowling will suit the overcast conditions. It will be India batting versus Pakistan bowling. Is that a fair way to go into tomorrow?
It can be vice versa as well. Can be Pakistan's batting order with Indian bowling department because it's quite equal fight. Okay, we cannot. If you talk about stats also says quite equal fight. It's going to be very good to see. Just the one thing, the first kind of a first power play, the team because we have 6 sessions right in terms of 3 in each inning. So the one who will win the first section, which is the first power play, they have the chance to continue the momentum.
Anil, what's your prediction tomorrow? Who's winning?
I think India has better spinners, so that's the main thing. And again, I mean, we're talking about overcast condition and all, but it's still a Sri Lankan pitch. So spinners are, and we have gun spinner Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav, and he's also in a good form.
I feel so still India because the kind of emotional touch I have, India have an upper hand in terms of pressure handling skills. But not to forget Pakistan's middle order. They just scored a century in the middle order batting, okay, by 50 card. And even though it's against Nepal, but still they have played a game in Asia Cup. And for India, it will be a first game, right? So Pakistan have an exposure to the Asia Cup with the first game, as well as their middle order got tested, and if the card stands out, right? The only advantage Pakistan have is that they are already into the exposure and they have the sense of the game. For India, it's a first game, so tricky situation.
So Pakistan played against Nepal, I think in Multan. Then they flew
Yeah.
to Sri Lanka, Colombo, Kandy, and from there I think it's a 3 hour drive to Palikal,
Mm.
Kandy because there's no direct flight. So there's a lot of travel. And I think once Pakistan finishes their match against India, I think they have to fly back to Pakistan to play
Mm.
that A1 game against either Bangladesh or Afghanistan or Sri Lanka. I don't know. And then again come back. So there's going to be a bit of travel involved.
Yeah,
I
correct.
don't know how much of tiring it would be for the players. But yeah, so that's another point
Mm.
uh, we have to
Correct,
keep
correct.
in
That's
mind.
a good thing. But also, one thing I want to add is that the Pakistani players, they were the part of Lankan Premier League recently, right? So they have, I mean, they know the conditions a bit well, if you talk about as compared to India, because a few of their players and few of the star players, they were the part of Lankan Premier League. So that can be also a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, in summary, Anil's heart and mind says India. Sai's heart says India. Mind is alluring towards Pakistan. So
Yes.
it'll be a good game tomorrow. So that's about India Pakistan preview. हमारी कोशिश यही रहेगी कल अगर बारिश नहीं हुआ so we'll try to do the post match show as well and we will see if everybody's schedule permit pre match show.